Hi guys, Low Jockey here. I would like to say thank you to you guys. I have went over 200 subs and I appreciate all the support. Thank you again. I'm going to make it real short. Well, it's going to be to the point at least. This video, I don't like talking about the money because I don't like put too much emphasis on the money. But it's not about what I want, it's what you guys want.
Show me the money.
Okay. I'm going to show you the money. I'm going to show you the different ways, the most common ways in which you can get paid at Hirschbach, okay? Now you got three categories of drivers. You got lease purchase, you got company drivers, and you got some drivers that bring their own trucks, and they're like, I don't know, probably a percentage-wise lease driver or something like that. But the most common driver is a lease purchase driver, and I'll be talking about that. So I won't be talking about the company drivers too much. You got some of those guys, they do dedicated and they get paid a set pay, guaranteed. I'm going to be talking about the majority of everybody. I don't know what percentage that is, but I'm going to share that with you. Alright, so let's get into the pay. So what I'll be using for reference, a couple things. Number one, I got a contract not 2 weeks ago. That's a good reference. Number two, this notepad just to help me keep what I wrote down and stay on track. And I found some sources off the internet. I just want to let everybody know as a disclaimer, today as of March 20th, 2019, this is the current situation. Now anything can change, you know. From what I heard, you know, the pay scale just changed not too long ago before I got here, so it's completely different. But let's get to it, straight to the point. Ways you can get paid at Hirschbach. Again, I'm not going to talk about no truck payments, anything like that, just the compensation. So, first way, you go to the first way is you go to orientation, of course. So you go to orientation. They put $500 for me. They put $500 on your card. As soon as you finish orientation, they give you a throwaway card, basically. $500 on it. You get your first load, get another $500. So the first way, orientation pay. The second way, miles. Now they have a floating chart. I'm going to try to put that and post that on the screen. There's a floating chart. It simply shows you if you travel this many miles, you'll get paid this much, so on and so forth. So they got a mileage category chart. Next, something called layover pay. If you get into a position and they hold you up for a while and they can't get you a load, they will give you $180 for layover. Another way to get paid, they got quarterly incentives. So depending on your miles that you drove in that quarter, if you're being safe, no damage items, not being late, things like that affect that. From another video that I watched, a guy was saying it can be up to $3,000, but I know it's at least $1,000 for a certain amount of miles. Okay, so they got a mileage, well, they got a quarterly bonus incentive. Okay, so don't damage the truck. Don't have any you know, when you're late, they call it service failures. Don't have any service failures. Just do everything right, you'll get something every quarter. Every week when you get paid, they have what they call a retention bonus. That's $100. That's the way you get paid. They also have stop pay. So for the stop pay, if you have a load, let's say you have a load, you got to go 3 different places. The first stop is $50. The second stop is $100. Now that third stop is the consignee, so that would be only 2 stops. You got a beginning where you picked up and a very final drop. That's a consignee. So that's not 3 stops. You got to go to 3 different places, but it's only 2 stops in between your beginning and your end. So that, if that makes sense. So first stop 50, second stop 100, and if you have 4 stops, you know every stop before you get to the consignee is another $100. This one I'm going to put an asterisk by. It's called detention pay. I've never received it. It's almost to the point I don't even ask for it because, but we're not going to worry about that. The point is, detention pay is something, and what the Hirschbach does is, I think it's 80. I think they give you 65% of the detention pay. They get something for you being detained also, but they have to actively go after it. Okay, and if they don't go after it, you don't get it. That's why I say I put an asterisk on that one. believe it or not, it's 99% no touch freight. But in the event that you have to touch some freight, per my contract here, they say they'll pay me $75 for unloading. I don't think so. I don't want to do that. But anyway, they will pay you $75 for unloading. Moving right along here. How y'all like this camera? Told y'all I was going to bring it out. Oh, here's a nice one. You want to make $150? You want to go to the Bronx? You want to go to Queens, Manhattan, Staten Island? You know what I'm saying? Go to New York City. Give you $150. Easy money. Here's a big one. This is what a lot of you guys hear in orientation. It is a driver referral bonus. But this is how it works. This is how it breaks down. It's $1,500 if you refer a driver. You get $500 as soon as that guy's referred, or lady. After they complete 30 days with Hirschbach, you will get an additional $500. After they finish an additional 30 days, which will be a total of 60 days, you get the final $500. So that is $500 initially, 30 days later, $500, and another 30 days later, $500. That's how that works. That's pretty much all the ways of getting paid. I'm sure some of you guys that have been here longer than me are probably cutting me up right now, but I'm going to look through the contract here. I mean, now you can always negotiate extra money for doing crazy things. I've done that. Cover the stops, detention, New York City, stuff like that. Again, these are the most common ways of getting paid, just the basics. You got dedicated drivers, they get a set wage, and you got the other guys who are you know, they bring their own trucks. Who knows what they do? So I hope I answered your question as best as I can right now. Again, today is March 20th, 2019, and this is how it is right now. Anything can happen later, 2 weeks from now, a month, whatever. But anyway, I hope I helped you out. Answer some questions. I don't like talking about the money, but I give you what you want because a lot of people are asking about it. Again, thank you for the 200 subs. The next step, we're going for 250, and I'll see y'all next time. Low Jockey out. I wanted to come back because I could just feel the heat. I could feel the heat on the back of my neck. Somebody's probably thinking, he didn't say breakdown pay. So I'll say breakdown pay. If your truck breaks down, you get paid. But who's looking forward for breakdown pay? That's probably why I forgot about it. That's not a common, man, my thing is not focusing. That's not a common way of getting paid. Anyway, Low Jockey is really out this time. Gotta go, y'all. Peace.